Happy Monday. It's time to kick back, relax, get cozy, grab yourself a drink and maybe a cheeky snack. And welcome back to another episode of Yappy Hour, a video series where we chat, we vent, and we spill the tea on life's ups and downs and highs and lows. Get cozy and settle in. And cheers! Last episode on Yappy Hour, I spoke about everything going on at work at the moment. The changes, my roster adjustments, and all of the extra work that we've been putting in. I also touched on my ADHD diagnosis and the medication that I've been on and the fact that sometimes my medication isn't always effective. Plus, I actually touched on my future plans to help others, which brings us to today's topic. Today's topic is going to be about my plans to help others and how I plan to do it. A quick drink break, of course. And of course, I'm just going to do a little bit of skincare while I chat to you about what I plan to do. So last night I made an announcement on my TikTok that I have been thinking about for a few weeks. And that announcement was that I am planning on writing a book. That's right, you heard it. I plan on becoming an author. I don't know how long this is going to take me. I don't know if I can get it done by the end of the year. It is on my yearly goals list now. But basically what I want to write about is I want to write about chronic pain. I want to write about my chronic injury. It's going to be a self-help book crossed with a memoir, crossed with an autobiography. So it's going to be my story on how I have gone through the last 10 years suffering with chronic pain, but it's also going to be helpful hints and tips that I used over the years to help with certain things. So I'm going to touch on things such as medications, doctors, the fact that it's really important to advocate for yourself. So, what can you do about it, really? What I can do about it is I can share my 10 years worth of experience with you guys, with my audience. And I plan on adding features in this book, such as I plan on starting essentially a worldwide community for people who suffer with chronic pain or are suffering with injuries, because it can be a very isolating lifestyle. So over the last 10 years, I cannot tell you how many friends I have lost through this time period. And granted, it showed me who my true friends were, but it's a very isolating experience because people just don't understand chronic pain. They don't understand how sometimes you are just far too exhausted from simply a day at work or simply doing housework for the day. They don't understand that you may not have the energy to go out the house and actually, do stuff, which is, I guess, in a way, really sad because you lose a lot of friendships, but at the same time, as I said, they aren't really your friends if they're not willing to stick with you through those times. I have also shared that I will be starting digital downloads. So you'll find if you suffer from chronic pain or suffer from any chronic illness that doctors want you to log things. I want to make these templates that you can just download off Etsy, and I'll find a way to be able to include some with the book purchase, because it'll likely be an ebook and maybe an audio book. I've done a lot of research thus far. ChatGPT has been a fantastic resource for me in terms of where I can get the kind of information that I'm looking for. And I'm basically just correlating a bunch of information, and I am downloading the stuff and I'm sending it to my mum because my mum's got a printer, and then she's going to print it for me, and then I'm going to put it into a display folder where I'll then go through and I'll highlight what I want to take out of it. This is all I've got written down so far, and it reads so well. It's basically a full-on template how to make a memoir. And look, I'm not going to use all of this, but this is definitely a way for, I guess, me to understand and figure out how to write a book, because the only books I've ever written were short stories for school when I was in school. I was incredibly good at English, so I don't think I'll have a problem with finding the words and stuff like that. But I also need to sit down. I need to put in chronological order all of the stuff that happened to me during my time in chronic pain. So I need to go back in time to my surgery dates, my cortisone shot dates. I need to find all of these dates and time periods and, you know, figure out when I was put on what medication. And there's a lot that's going to be going into this book, guys. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So I guess circling back to the whole logging things for your doctors, I actually have a follow-up psychiatrist appointment this week, this Thursday, with my psychiatrist to basically chat about my ADHD medication and how things are going with it. And of course, I've been logging things. I've been logging when the medication has worked, and I've also been logging when the medication hasn't worked, when I've had my meltdowns, when I've had my bad days, when I've had good days, when I've had lots of ideas, when I've felt paralyzed. So knowing all of this kind of stuff is really going to help my psychiatrist in terms of playing with my medication to get me on the right medication. So that's what I meant by keeping a record of things for your doctors. So I want my digital downloads to be essentially visible for any illness. So any mental health illness, any physical health illness, just any ailment at all. Anyone who needs to log stuff for their doctor, I want them to be able to log it on this digital download. So it'll be a template that is essentially universal for everyone. And I have one more thing that I want to chat to you guys about, and that is this book. It's called Dirty Laundry. It's a book that my brother told me I should read when I got diagnosed with ADHD. So I am tasking myself to read at least 20 pages of this every day for the next week until it's done. So Dirty Laundry is why adults with ADHD are so ashamed and what we can do to help, is basically the title. And on the back it says, if you have ADHD or love someone who does. So this is a book for people who, you know, have ADHD, or it could be for a person who is in a relationship with someone who has ADHD. It could be anything like that. Dirty Laundry will change your life and your relationships. This is an unfiltered look into the chaos of real life with ADHD. It will transform your self-hatred into self-acceptance with simple tips that actually work for your brain. It will also help educate partners, parents, and friends to help them move from frustration to patience, understanding, and love. On the back here it says, learn how to stop believing you are fundamentally broken. Stop judging yourself by the standards of a neurotypical world. Communicate your struggles to those who love you. Support someone with ADHD in ways that work for them. Be compassionate rather than judgmental, and much more. So I'm really excited to read this book. This is going to be my first book of 2025 as well. I plan on reading 10 books this year, and I'm holding myself accountable to that. But ADHD, I'm making sure I'm talking to you guys by Friday. It's Monday now. I haven't read 20 pages today. I don't think I'm going to read the 20 pages today. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to be reading 20 pages. So by Friday, I should have read, that's Tuesday is 20, 40, 60, 80 pages. I should have 80 pages read by Friday when I come back for my next episode. Anyways, guys, that is a wrap on this episode of Yappy Hour. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spilling the tea, having a yap with me, you know, all the good stuff. If you enjoy the series, please don't forget to like, comment, follow, share. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. You guys can also leave a comment below of what topic you'd like me to talk about next. And until next episode, stay classy, stay chaotic, stay sassy, and I'll see you then. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.